It's nice at the top of your sales page and pretty much anywhere in your main navigation to have a contact button. And in that contact form, you want to have name, email, and a message. So we're going to do just that. I'm under marketing, click on marketing, and then forms. And then here you come to the forms area, and we'll do a new form. And I'll just call this contact form. From here, you want to be sure, this is the most important part, click the box that says send a notification to your team. And this is where you put your email in. If you don't do that, then people are going to fill out this form and nobody will ever know that it's being filled out. So I'll go ahead and put my email in there. And you want to press enter afterward so it grays out like that. And let's click save to make sure it saved it. And if it doesn't gray out or it's missing all of a sudden, it's because you didn't press enter after you enter your email. From here, there's a single opt-in or double opt-in. This is a contact form, so I'm going to go ahead and personally move it to single opt-in. You can do your own research about which you'd like to do, but single opt-in is my preferred route. So I'll save that. Every time I make the smallest change, I like to save things. So far, I've just filled in my email, moved it to single opt-in, and then down here, you don't have SMS messaging yet. But if you do have it, go ahead and turn that on. It's a whole different thing. I'm not even going to talk about that in here. So it automatically collects name and email. I'm going to go ahead and add another form field. And that's when you're going to create a new field actually and just type in message. I actually already have one in here, so I'm just going to choose that. But what you'll do is type out message or however you'd like to call that field. So message, and it's a text field, because they're going to be filling in that message area with text, and you want to be required, so you want to check that. So you do all that, click save, and then here I am again. I'm just going to go ahead and I already have it as a field, so I'm going to just choose mine. And now we have the 3 items in here, and there are no automations needed. That's as simple as that. They're just 3 things: your email, single opt-in, and then add the message field, and then click save. And I like to go back and make sure these 3 items are done. Email, single opt-in, message, just double checking. And now we need to take this form and place it on a page, because no one can fill out the form until we place the form on a page for them to be able to fill out. So we'll go to any of the website pages. I have a demo site here. And I'll come to website landing pages. And I'll just say I'm going to be using this home page here. So I'll customize that. And then I want to create a section. Let's say I'm going to have one at the bottom of my page. This is an actual page I'm using actually. So for this one, I'm going to see there's one here. So what we did was in a page, the page is made up of sections and settings. So each time you see this dotted line, that's a new section. And I'm going to go ahead and add a section, and I'm just going to choose form, opt-in form. That works. So we'll add that, and it pops up here. And I like the spacing to be a little smaller, so I'm going to click not inside the form, but outside the box, desktop layout, and I'm going to actually make this 50 on each side. I like to be smaller. And so it defaults with this text filled in, and this click here just to display your form. So we'll click here, and this is where you choose the form that you created over there. You'll name it over here. So I'm going to roll the top of this section. Oh, my arrow. You can see it's 6 columns across. If I want this to be wider, I can choose 12. See how the form just got bigger, smaller 10. So that's how you can change the size of it. But we're going to choose the form, and it's going to be the contact form. And then the form is here, and you can see I can just type over, whatever I want to say. Contact us here. Highlight that, maybe bold it, make it a little bigger, just like that. And here's the form all set up. I think it'd be nice actually to have a little border around it. So I'll choose background and make this a particular color. I think that's a nice color. So how about that? And maybe I don't want to say submit. Instead, I'll click there, roll down, and you see button. We're going to change that to contact. or send, how about send message? I like that, send message. And then I think I want the text to be white. That looks nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save that. And then what's going to happen is that someone will fill this out, and I would like them to arrive on another page, maybe a thank you page that says, thanks for sending me a message. I'll get back to you in 2 days or something like that. So I need to create that form, that page next. So to get out of this page, I can roll to the top here and then use the back button. Back again until I'm on sections and settings. I know that's the main area of the page. You can see this is the new section I just created, the opt-in form. And let's say I wanted it higher up on the page. You just, these two parallel buttons here, just rolled up, and I can move it anywhere I want. Let's say I want it right there. Save that. And now it's right there. And again, I wanted someone to fill out this form, and you see there's an area where they can go next. It's contact form and thank you page, and that's what we're going to be creating next, a thank you page. So I'm going to get out of this by back to landing pages, and I'm going to create a new page by, I like to use one I've already created and duplicate it, but maybe you don't have any pages in there, so I'll just show you how to do that from scratch. We'll just come up here and choose new landing page, and you can see there's a whole bunch of ones to choose from. I don't know if they have a, oh, they do have a thank you page. So we can choose one of these, or I actually like to start with a plain one from scratch, but that's just me. And you don't want to just call it thank you, because what you'll find is that you'll have a thank you for your purchase, thank you for filling out this form, thank you for joining our wait list, all that. And you need to determine, you know, which page is which. So you want to call it thank you contact. Great. Now the page is ready, and this particular template that I chose only has an image and a text, but that's okay because you can add absolutely anything you want to any page, any template you choose. So I know I'm in the main area page when it says sections and settings, and this particular page only has one section called the hero. When I click on that, inside that section is a text box and an image. So that's how pages work. And for this one, I just want, how about a, let's see, I'll click on the image here. I'm going to make it smaller because I want the text and image to be side by side. So I'll make this image 6. See how it just got smaller? And then I'm going to, you only have 12 columns across to work with. So if this image box is 6 columns across, and this one currently is 8, that's more than 12, which is why they're on 2 different lines. But I want them to be side by side. So I'm going to make, since my image currently is 6 columns across and my text is 8 across, I'm going to make this 6. See how they're just side by side now. And now I can upload a picture of me, you know, upload wherever you want it from. And then click here, and I'm just going to say, thanks for your message. I'll get back to you within 2 business days, or whatever you want to say. And then you want to leave it there. Oh, it's kind of large. Let's tone it down a little. Let's make it heading 3. How about that? That's better. And you don't want to leave it just at that, because this is an opportunity to sell them something or give them next steps on what to do. So inside any text box, you can add a button. So with this text box at the bottom, there's always this call to action area. When I open that up, I can click the box to include a call to action. See how it just popped in there? I'm going to say, follow me on Instagram. Oh, perfect. And then you can just put the URL in here. And because they're going to be leaving your website, you want to be sure and click open up a new tab and just paste the URL in here. And then save all that. And you can preview it. See if you like the way it looks. Looks great. You can, of course, add as much design, anything you want on here. But now I need to connect it to that form back there. So let's go back to that form on the page. So it's under website and landing. That was where I have the page that I put the form, the contact form on. So we'll click the page. Oh, I didn't want to look at it. I wanted to edit it. And I'll roll down and find that form. And whenever I want to edit something, I just click on it. So here's the form. I click on it, pops up on the left. And let me readdress everything again. Currently it's 10 columns across. I'm using the form called contact form. And then for my thank you page, which is the page that they're going to go to after they fill this in, I'm going to choose landing page. And then I called it thank you. Well, I have two. I actually did a demo before. So we'll just choose one of these for now. But you won't have two pages called thank you contact. And that's it. You'll click save. And now this form is ready to go. When someone fills it out, then I've already told that form. Let me go back to forms and show you again. Marketing and forms. I've already told that contact form that when someone fills it out, go ahead and send me a notification. So when someone fills this out, I'm going to get an email that says there's a new notification. Here it is. The message is going to be in the email they receive. And also, they'll automatically be added to your contacts list. So you don't need to do anything else with that. And they're going to then land on that thank you page. And you can have them go from there. You can have the navigation at the top if you want to do that, whatever you want to do with the page. And you might be wondering, well, what do I do with that? Can I reply through Kajabi to them? But it's actually an email that comes into your inbox on your desktop, your Outlook or whatever you're using on your phone. It goes there and not inside Kajabi. You can go into forms, under marketing and forms, and go to that particular form and click on the submissions. And it'll have a list of the person's name, email, and the message if you want to look at all the messages at once. But you can't reply directly to one person like that from here. It'll be something that arrives in your inbox and you just reply just like you would a person. Make sure that the to form is their email, because when you automatically click reply, it actually is a Kajabi email. So you want to double check that. So just go ahead and do yourself a test and you'll see what I mean about receiving it and how you can reply.